Today is February 6th, 2024. And it has been a very interesting year. Last year has been very interesting. And this year is shaping up to be another interesting year. And I've been getting the sense that whatever had been started last year, or maybe the year before that, is about to come to a culminating end. This year ought to be stepped up significantly. What my life is like right now is basically just staying enclosed, staying internal for the most part. That I'm trying very hard not to be so engrossed in what's going on outside, because the work that I am going to be doing requires me to be pure and disconnected as much as possible from the external influences. Now, as I say work, I'm not sure exactly what that work is. But what I can say to you is that there's some degree of preparation that is taking place. Where this goes, I don't know. I don't know if anybody knows. We can guess, we can surmise as to where it goes, but I don't think we really and truly know for sure, for certain. The main thing is to do our best and to do what is given to us at the time. And that in itself is a challenge on so many fronts, because we're being constantly bombarded by so many different stimuli, and those people who don't know themselves is prone to get lost significantly. So here we are, 2024, the second month of the year, and man did it fly past fast. So I'm walking around my yard, my home, my property, and I'm just feeling really good about stuff, I was in this doldrum for so many years, and to be honest with you, I didn't even realize how deep I was in the doldrum. I was in the dark night of the soul, and maybe to some extent I still am. I'm getting out of it little by little. I can tell it was some experience, and only now realizing how impactful it was on me. There have been one and two people in my life who has been very instrumental in my walk, in my journey. They have been there for me to just help me weather the storm and to help me make the transition back into this realm meaning this vibrational stream of life. Yeah. Some people has been there to challenge me. Some people have been there to stress me. Some people has been there to encourage me. Some people has been there to reassure me. It's just amazing how things have evolved over these years. So amazing. I'm looking back at some of these events in my life and some of the trial moments in my life, and I know for sure there is divine intervention, and we don't just live our life based on our plans. I plan my life to this. I hear people talk about that all the time, as if you're in total control and the master of your life. I don't believe that for 1 second. You can have plans, you can have goals, but the total trajectory of your life is not according to your plans, because a lot of times people plan and the shit don't work out the way they plan it. There's a divine stream, an envelope that we work within, and sometimes that envelope desire us to move in a particular direction, and it sends the circumstances in our life to mold us, to shape us, to define us, to confine us, to gear us, and it nudges us in the direction that we need to go. And that direction that we need to go is more than likely in service to a greater essence. I would say greater good for our soul, whatever that soul is. People tend to believe that the unit exists all by itself and there's nothing but the unit. And I think that's so wrong. That's not true. That is absolutely not true. The unit don't exist by itself. This body unit don't exist by itself. This body unit exists in context to a bigger purpose, a bigger goal, a bigger unfolding. And we are those cogs within that purpose goal. And I think the sooner we realize that, that's why humility and patience and those forgiveness and all those characteristics are vitally important for evolution. Because without those characteristics and assets and attributes, we will be constantly resisting and suffering and in pain and so on and so forth. So when you talk about, here, my Lord, I put my faith in your hands and all that, it's the same thing, being in alignment. It's the same thing. How you being in alignment with something. Being in alignment with something means that you're willing to participate in the orchestra of life. You're willing to participate in the orchestra of life. The orchestra which is life. The orchestra of life. And once you get to that point, it's a mindset. Once you get to that mindset, things unfold with you, for you, and through you. And that is very important. Unfold with you, through you, and for you. Excuse me. So there's lots of different things. I mean, I look at even the challenges that I think I have with a neighbor next door. I think I have. And maybe that man has been a precipitation to where I need to move. Mentally, spiritually, psychologically. Who the hell knows, But one thing is clear is that nothing happened in isolation. Nothing happened in isolation. And I would encourage anyone to thoroughly examine their own life and to see the catalysts in their lives, to see the players in their life, not just people, but to see from an energetic standpoint. What are the players in your life? Can you see it from an energetic standpoint? Once we start concretize things in terms of this is John and Mary's good, or John is good and is good to me and bad to me and blah blah blah, then you start developing a rationale for either your suffering or your exuberance, and most of that is based on the ego. Once we get beyond that, I think we move into a different realm of existence, the realm of existence that serves us, but not just serves us, it serves the greater essence, right? So, and there's so many examples of that. There's so many examples of that in life, in religion, in philosophy, all those great masters of life and philosophy. There's always a point of surrendering and working with the essence, working with essence and spirit. And essence and spirit and all of that is not a whoa thing. It's just a name applied to something that is beyond our full tangible comprehension, If you look at science today, science is telling you a lot about the constituents of matter, the constituents of the universe, this constituent of subatomic level of existence, We can look up these things. They're available online. They're available on so many levels of dimension. Once you set yourself to know something, it can be known, can be revealed. So I'm going to leave it there for now. This is just a little pep talk for myself, and which I'd just like to share with you. And just remember, I'm not here. I never think I'm going to be teaching people anything or showing people anything. I just use my own life and as I examine my life, I can see the markers and I can see the portals and the ways, and I get to identify them, to try and understand them, try and articulate them. And it's this articulation that I'm actually sharing. There's no given to say, I know this for absolute certain, and you should listen to me. I don't want that kind of responsibility. That's too much responsibility for me, you know. I have people who tell me all the time, you should write a book. You should do this. You should go teach. You should go speak. And I personally don't have any resistance to those things, but it's just a question of time and the opportunity. And I believe that if I'm supposed to do these things, the time and the opportunity will surface. I believe I'm being prepared on so many levels. And I think when that divine source, God, Jesus, whoever, decide that it's my time to step forth. And as far as stepping forth, I believe that everybody, at some level or the other, at some point or the other, step forth. In some capacity or the other, step forth. Step forth is not something that is assigned to any one special person, All of us are being called to participate in the circle that is life. All of us are being called to participate in something that is bigger than ourselves. Some of us willingly accept it and willingly partake of it. Others don't even recognize that it's there. So the main thing is to understand that it's there and to embark on that path. And I said, it's personal. It's a personal decision. It's not something that is mandatory, overly special to anyone. It's just a process of life. It's part of life. It's part of the unfolding that we all get to participate in at wherever level and whatever truth we're existing in at the time. So, yeah, that's the story. And I'm leaving it right there for now. Thank you.